Review Huawei Watch Fit 2, your ideal companion for exercise and more. Huawei Watch Fit 2 design, screen interface and usage features of the Huawei Watch Fit 2 battery. Conclusion. Table of contents. Huawei Watch Fit 2 design, screen, interface and usage. Features of the Huawei Watch Fit 2. Battery. Conclusion. Review Huawei Watch Fit 2, your ideal companion for exercise and more. With the recent rise in the wearable market, it is no surprise that we are encountering new devices for our companions day and day. This test is the presentation of the new Huawei Watch, and on this occasion, we have the opportunity to try the Huawei Watch Fit 2. We would love to have the opportunity to talk about the first Huawei Watch Fit, but it should be in the second, coming soon with various innovations, and here we will find them. Huawei Watch Fit 2 design. Although it's the previous version, we have a lighter, more stylish, and compact design of the Huawei Watch GT3 or the new Huawei Watch GT3 Pro. These wearables have 3 editions. Active Edition comes in Sakura Pink, All Blue and Midnight Black with a sports design. The Classic Edition presents a skin design available in Moon White and Nebula Gray with a design similar to classic watches. And last but not least, the Elegant Edition features a metallic design in premium gold and silver frost. We have already met with an extra personalization option with our link design that frees up the pressure. It is our facility to change the color of the coat to the color of our preference or to make it more comfortable with ours. By the right side of the wearable, we meet with our unique button with the one we will find and access some of the options that we will describe below. On the superior part we find our cargo pegs with the axles attached to its magnetic charger for cargo loading. However, on the other hand, it can be seen through its sensors, and this little relay can have the cardiac rhythm all the day as well as the sun and the stars. Screen. Here we find an AMOLED slipper of 1.74 pulgadas, much larger than its predecessor with 1.64 pulgadas. It has an HD resolution of 280 by 456, in which case you can easily appreciate all of its features. One aspect that can be discussed extensively about the Huawei Watch Fit 2 are the features that are included, which can also be changed by some buyers from the Huawei Health app. However, you can also use the gallery option and load an image from your smartphone to connect to a unique device. Interface and usage. However, its predecessor has a fairly simple configuration and it is not necessary to use a Huawei smartphone. It's great to be able to find the Salute app that we mention in the iOS App Store or download it on Android devices. Instructions for adding the Huawei Watch Fit 2 Sun. Download the Huawei Health app. Accept terms and conditions of the app. In the 3 dots at the top right, select Add or Scan. Here are some different steps you can take to begin scanning with the Huawei Watch Fit 2 QR code, as well as to scan and aggregate. To add the option to aggregate the app, search the compatible devices, or in case of failure, it will become the option to aggregate the device that it is looking for and repeat the search by enforcing it on the watch, pulsing, monitoring or monitoring that Elijah. In case you have a Huawei smartphone, you will still have a hard time taking the Huawei Watch Fit 2 with the storage option. But this is what we need to customize our wearable or visualize all the sites that this watch has. Features of Huawei Watch Fit 2. The Huawei Watch Fit 2 accounts with a variety of features that we need in a menu that will help us depend on the usage that we need. It has the idea that some of these functions are not available in iOS. Exercise. Here we can find routines and plans for our activities as a list of 97 modes of training that are integrated. Each of these allows you to configure what your routines are like as recorders, lenses, and include great routes on your GPS. Exercise log. Here we are shown the list of exercises that we have done and we can see their details such as the route, a general description that shows the distance, its duration, and how many calories we burn, a section for the speeds that we mark in the exercise, a measurement of heart rate, graphs for heart rate, speed, and exercise resistance. This is very convenient because it helps you keep track of your activities, and you can even see it in the Health app for more convenience. Exercise status. Here we find some more specific options such as the running capacity index, the exercise load measured for 7 days, the recovery we take, and a VO2 meter. Heart rate. In this device we can monitor our heart rate measured in beats per minute. This is helped by a graph that specifies the hours and how our heart rate has been changing on the current day. We can also slide and see our frequency when resting measured in the last 7 days of use. To have an idea, it is our weekly average. SpO2. This function measures the oxygen saturation in the blood consisting of the percentage of hemoglobin. As extra data, we can always have it activated or accessed to perform the measurement. This depends on each one. It is useful as a natural indicator of the state of a person's respiratory system. For example, if a person is below 90%, there is a risk of hypoxemia. Now in Spanish Geeks, the lower your SpO2, the higher the risk. Healthy life. Here we can help each other to create healthy habits in physical and psychological aspects. This will depend on each user because we can choose a goal and from there create a personalized health plan. Activity log. Here we can check the log of daily activities. As we mentioned above, it has 97 modes of training modes, so we can take a look at it. In the same way, we can see the record of each of the activities. Sleep. This section is one of the ones that caught my attention the most because it helps you monitor your hours of sleep per day and sets a daily goal for you. In the same way, it shares a list of your sleep records so that you can see how your hours of rest have been and if they are enough. Stress. All of us, during this pandemic or throughout our lives, have suffered from stress, so this function is one of the most important since the newspaper will tell you what level of stress you have, whether it is high, medium, normal, or relaxed. In addition, it includes a small observation and recommendations if you are stressed. It tells you that you can do breathing exercises. Breathing exercises. These exercises have different slow, medium, and fast levels, with exercises that on the watch screen will tell you when to inhale and when to exhale. They are short 1-minute exercises that will really help you a lot. Added to all this, we have contacts, music, compass, notifications, weather, stopwatch, timer, alarm, flashlight, and phone search. And we have the option to add more from the Gallery app found in the Health app. Battery. Huawei assures us that with typical use the battery will last 10 days and with intensive use 7 days. From a personal perspective, I consider that this depends on the use you give it, since the 100% charge of this wearable lasts without problems for 2 weeks. But something to consider is that you enable so many functions, such as music playback, phone calls, and even the notifications you receive. All this influences its performance as well as the lighting configuration for the screen and if you have it in vibrate mode or with sound in the notifications. To a certain extent, it can be compared to a smartphone, which, although it can last you a day to charge 100% with moderate use, can last you hours with extensive use, and in the case of the Huawei Watch Fit 2 the same applies, since if you only use it for notifications and check the time, you can extend its use more than it has been marked or take it to 7 days or less with a fairly prolonged or rough use. Conclusion. Although it is presented to us as a smartwatch that seems to be simple, but it is not. We have a large number of functions, and although it is not totally on par with the GT3 Pro, it does give us what is necessary to lead both a sports life and to better control of some aspects that we sometimes ignore, such as sleep time. Without a doubt, it is a great wearable for those who are just beginning to use these devices, and thanks to the fact that it is very simple to configure, practically anyone can learn to use it.